Hair loss is optional in 2025, and I'm gonna give you guys some solutions. The first one is you could take DHT blockers. DHT blockers. Now, testosterone gets converted into DHT, dihydrotestosterone, and some men are prone to male pattern baldness. Some lucky bastards are not, so screw you who are not, but some of us do experience that, and you gotta take a DHT blocker, and basically you could take it in a pill form. There's finasteride and dutasteride. Now, you take one of those pills a day for the rest of your life. So once you get committed to this, obviously if you stop, you're gonna continue to lose the hair that you would have lost anyways. So once you get on it, you gotta be on it for life, but it prevents your testosterone from converting to DHT, and you should not experience further hair loss. It should like kind of stop or at least slow it down at minimum. Sounds great, but there's some terrible side effects. Like you might lose your sex drive completely. You might destroy it, which freaking sucks. Second one is you can fall into depression. Aren't we all? But sex drive is what really sucks. So there's pros and cons. There's a lot of more side effects to it, and you can do the research. I'm not on it right now. This is actually Tylenol, but I'll get better props next time. I'm not on it because it's not worth it for me, I think. I'm not really experiencing major hair loss. I just have like a little bit in the corners, but I might be hypocritical. If I was experiencing further hair loss, a lot of hair loss, maybe I would be on it. I can't say because I'm not in that position, but it's up to you to outweigh the pros and cons. So that's the first one. DHT blockers is the first thing you could do. Now, when I say the first thing you could do, that's like the first step. Usually people stack these things together. Now the second thing you could do is get minoxidil. Minoxidil. Or some people know it as Rogaine. So Rogaine. Minoxidil. Now, minoxidil comes in either a liquid or a foam. You take this daily, either morning and night. Some people just choose to do it once a day. The foam dries a lot quicker. You put it on and it dries right away. The liquid one takes a little bit longer to dry, but it does seem to be more effective from my experience. Now, you put this on the hairline, and basically you should see a lot of new hair sprouting out. That's what I noticed for myself. You see a lot of new hair sprouting out, and the hair thickens up a lot. So it's good for maintenance, basically. It's good for maintenance and to keep your hair nice and full. Now, I did experience a little bit of allergic reaction to this foam one. I don't know what it was, but basically in my experience, my face got really dry. So you gotta moisturize a lot, and I had some sort of reaction to this one, but the liquid one was fine. Now, there's some side effects to that too, unfortunately. All of these things that you could take for hair loss, unfortunately, there's no cure for it, and every possible thing you could do for it has side effects. So it's up to you to outweigh the risks if you want to do it. Of course, I understand how much of a painful thing hair loss can be, especially even for women. For women, it's actually worse because it's not socially acceptable. In a thing that, what I mean by that is it's not really common for that to happen. So if a girl is experiencing hair loss, which a lot do actually, and they mostly just thin out their hairs. They don't really go bald, but they usually thin. Unless you're like Jada Pinkett, who has alopecia areata and she went fully bald. Yeah, that's the different story. But basically, hair loss is terrible for everyone. So there are some natural things you could do. You can hop on some oils, some natural oils, and some natural oils, or some oils natural. I spelled it other way around, but basically natural oils. You can get like rosemary mint oil, you could get castor oil, you could get tea tree oil. Now these don't really do shit, but supposedly there's some studies that show that they are supposed to be somewhat effective. Definitely not as much as your DHT blocker like finasteride or dutasteride or like minoxidil, but it's supposed to help a little bit. I didn't see anything. Personally, in my experience, I didn't see shit. So it's up to you if you want to give it a try, one of these oils. You can mix them around. I've mixed them around. Same shit. You don't really see a difference, to be honest, but give it a try. Some people, you could add all this stuff. You could take a pill, you could do minoxidil at nighttime, you could do some oils too during the day or in the morning. You can mix it all together. That's what a lot of people do. Now, if you're past the care for it, the hair care, next is hair restoration. So the hair's gone, you want to make your hair look better. You want to get that hairline back, you want to have a full head of hair. There's two things you could do right now in 2025 that can restore your hair. The first one everyone knows about, hair transplants. So hair transplants. Now there's pros and cons to hair transplants. Hair transplants are real hair taken from the back of your head and the sides of your scalp. And it's pretty much placed on the hair loss areas on the top of the scalp. And usually it's pretty common. Most people know about this hair transplants. A lot of people know about Turkey because Turkey is a lot cheaper than like North America, Europe. But there are some cons to it too. It's a high cost. It is not guaranteed. And basically there's a lot of failed hair transplants. And obviously the recovery time is like over a year plus. And the hairs never look as natural. They may take good pictures and it may seem similar, but the density is never as dense as your original real hair that you had before. But some doctors are pretty good. They can get close to it, but never the same. You can tell the difference between your original natural hair and transplanted hair. Now, the next one is actually something that I do. It's called Scalp Micro Pigmentation, or SMP. Basically what that is, it's a medical grade micro hair tattoo which replicates real hair follicles in the head, and it gives you that buzz cut appearance. It makes it look like you just shaved your head, but you had a full head of hair. So you got like the stubble. So it frames the face. A good practitioner can make it look very natural. And basically, there's pros and cons to that. Now, I'm a practitioner and I'm gonna be very honest with you. So the pros is it's low maintenance. It's less costly than usually a hair transplant. It's instant results. There's no recovery time. And it's 100% guaranteed. So it always works, and there's flexibility with the hairline. You can go as low as you like, as straight as you like. And if you're someone who likes that buzz cut look anyways, then it's perfect for you, you know? So, and also, what I forgot to say too is that if you got a hair transplant, but you're very bald, like if you're like a Norwood 7 in the Norwood scale, you might not have enough hairs in the back of your head and the sides to fill up the top. So at that point, you may be a better candidate, especially if you're like, I say like a Norwood 4+, you might be a better candidate to just get SMP because it's you can lower your hairline a lot further. You can make it look more natural. You don't have to go very low. You don't have to get that straight edge like barbershop look. Although I do that too. But basically, it's a very good alternative. It's very good. It looks natural. It works for both men and women. It works for thinning hair too. So it works if you got really thin hair, you could add SMP and make it look very, very dense. And I've been doing it for now about 2.5 years, almost 3 years. There's my certificate right there. And I've had many, many happy clients. Everyone's been happy. So everyone who's done it has done the research and they've gone ahead and liked the results. So it's a very good procedure too. I could be a little bit biased, but I'm also open to, basically what I want is just help people with hair loss. I understand how frustrating or how devastating hair loss can be for both men and women. So this video is just showing you guys some possible things you could do to either stop hair loss, treat it, or to restore it. Now, thank you for watching this video. This is MicroMaxxing. I'm located in Toronto. Take care, guys.